Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today we've got a canceled cruise as well as lots of other information. So first of all, I would like to welcome all of our Let's Go family members. I am so grateful for every one of you. And I'd also like to welcome everyone who is new. We are so glad that you came across our channel. If anyone here hasn't subscribed yet, we would love it if you would subscribe to our channel. And I think you're going to love being part of our Let's Go family. We have an amazing community here that helps each other out with staying up to date on everything, as well as what's going on the different cruise ships and on different cruise lines. It is magnificent. So first of all, like I mentioned, we have got a canceled cruise. The Caribbean Princess sailing that was supposed to go tomorrow, April 3rd, Sunday, has been canceled. It was set to sail from San Francisco to Vancouver. Now, the Caribbean Princess was already scheduled to go into dry dock on April 7th up in Portland, Oregon. And so in the announcement that Princess made, they said that they wanted a little bit more time for that, and it would help them be able to be ready when the Caribbean Princess is ready to sail again on April 26th. And so that's where we stand today. I would really like to thank our Let's Go family members, Steve and Jan. They sent me a copy of the notice that they received because they were due to sail on that sailing. And also from our Let's Go family member, Cal. He was so nice to send me a quick update and let me know this was going on as well. And so I want to let you know that first of all, they are offering everyone who is booked on that cruise a full refund. So you will be reimbursed just back to the same way that you paid for every expense associated with that trip, like all of your, if you had a pre-cruise hotel that you booked through Princess, the whole cruise, everything will be refunded. And then in addition to that, they are also giving you a future cruise credit equal to the amount that you paid for the cruise. And that will be in your account, and you just need to book a cruise with it by November 1st of 2022 that will need to sail by November 1st of 2023. So they give you really a lot of time to use that future cruise credit. They are also saying that if you have another booking with Princess and it has not been paid in full, you are also welcome to take that future cruise credit and apply towards paying off the rest of another cruise. So I really like that they have that extra flexibility there. In addition to that, they said that, like, some people have already traveled to San Francisco to sightsee a little bit before they get on the ship. And so for those people who are there, they realize that you have incurred expenses that you would not have incurred if you weren't planning to go on that cruise. And so if you want to, you can submit, and they will consider on a case-by-case basis reimbursing you for what these expenses are. They have princess.com / request refund. And you'll be able to, or maybe it's refund request. Let me look here really quick. It's refund request. And everyone on that cruise will have gotten this notice, so you'll have it right on your paper. But you can submit your expenses there, and they are asking that you submit it to your travel insurance before you submit it to Princess. Now, the other item that goes along with that is if people are already in San Francisco and they booked easier for their flights, Princess is helping them get flights back home. And then if you are someone who was booked on that and you booked Princess easier but you haven't flown yet, then of course you will get that money refunded. If you, this to me is an example of when you might want to consider doing Princess Easy Air, just for the flexibility of Princess helping you with everything. And if there's a cancellation, then you'll just get your money back, no hassle. But if you do want to book your own flights, I really recommend having some travel insurance. If you're someone that you want to self-insure and do that it's no big deal if you don't get your money back, of course, that's fine. But if you would like to get your money back, if you have to cancel flights and you're not going to get all your money back from the airlines, you might want to consider doing that. And I want to this is just telling you a little bit about what I have. I have a lot of airline miles, and I have a lot of airline miles, but I only use them when I'm going somewhere not on a cruise. I use it like when I'm going to visit family or if we're just going on another trip. And so that's just what we've chosen to do because I really like the flexibility that comes with the Princess Easy Air. I really like how they'll handle it if anything happens, and that if we need to cancel, you just get your money back, no hassle, no worries at all. So I'm just putting that out there. But that is where we stand with this cruise that had to be canceled, and I am sorry to all of you who were on that cruise. Clearly you were looking forward to having a really nice time, and so I hope you can get on another cruise really soon. Another just little quick note about the Caribbean Princess. One of our Let's Go family members, Mimi, she is due to set sail when the Caribbean Princess sails again on April 26th. It'll be going from San Francisco around to Fort Lauderdale. And she said that she was just looking at her booking information, her booking summary that you get when you log into princess.com and go into that cruise. And it was saying that they are requiring that people who are eligible for a booster on that cruise have the booster. And so I'm just letting you know that, so that if there's anyone booked on that cruise and you haven't been keeping an eye on your booking information, that is right there. And if you got an email about it or any other information, I would love to hear from you and let everyone know. The other important thing to know about the Caribbean Princess is, if you have been following along and listening to some of my videos, we've had several Let's Go family members who have been on the Caribbean Princess sailing, and there turned out to be quite a few cases of COVID on the ship. As a result of that, Princess had to say you need to wear your masks indoors for all of the passengers on that cruise, and they also did not show the production shows. My understanding is they started off the cruise with the production shows, but then they didn't have any. If I'm wrong, I would love to hear from some of you. That's what I'm gleaning from what people have told me. People said that they are have still had a wonderful cruise, but I wanted to just put a little note out there and say I don't think that Princess started the cruise saying that they were intending for everyone to have to wear their masks. I think it was a result of how many COVID cases ended up being on board. And so this leads us to a discussion that we're going to have in a day or two. A long time ago, clear back like last summer, late summer, early fall, Gordon and I did a video, and we were talking about whether or not you really should cruise now based on what is okay with you and is not okay with you. So I want us to have that discussion again, because I think that sometimes unexpectedly things come up. Like if there's a lot of COVID on board, they're going to require that you wear a mask indoors. And so be thinking about what you think about that. Like, would that stop you from wanting to sail? And so we'll be talking about that. So I want you to be thinking about it. The next item that I've got to let you know about here is from our Let's Go family members. We have heard from Fred, who has a sailing booked on the Enchanted Princess, a Transatlantic, as well as from Franco, who has a Transatlantic booked on the Emerald. And both of them received the notice saying the same words that it said for the notice on the Sky Princess when she didn't have any internet in her Transatlantic crossing recently. So basically, what it says is, as you may be aware, as the ship moves across the Atlantic, the antennas routinely shift connection between satellites covering regions of the globe, which can result in low to no connectivity. So it says internet service will still be available during your journey, but because there may be times when you may be unable to connect during your cruise, we will refund the cost of the pre-purchased Medallion Net Wi-Fi packages as onboard credit. And if you are someone who purchased the Princess Plus package, they are going to refund you $10 US per day as onboard credit, plus any pre-purchased Medallion Net device upgrades. Wi-Fi packages will also be available at no cost on board. And so I just want everybody to know this, that this is what is happening on these transatlantics. I would really like to hear from anyone that has been on a transatlantic this year on a different cruise line. So if any of you have done that or know someone that has done that, I would really like to know if Princess is the only one with this situation, or if lots of other cruise lines are having this problem as well. The other reason that I want to let you know about this is you need to make sure before you go on one of these transatlantics that you have everything set up in your life, because you might not be able to log in and pay any bills online. You might want to let people know that you always talk to. I appreciate our Let's Go family member, Fred, for pointing this out. You've got to make sure that people know if they don't hear from you for a few days, they shouldn't be panicking. They should just know that you maybe don't have internet right then. And so just kind of think of everything that goes on in your life that you for sure need to manage during the time that you will be on the ship there, so that nothing bad happens in your financial life or anything else. And so I just want you to really think about that. The next thing that I wanted to say is, I don't know if I didn't do a really good job in telling you about the protocols yesterday, but I feel like I need to clarify with you that if you are sailing on any voyages that are going to stop in Canada, based on the protocols that Princess just announced, you are going to need to do your COVID test for an antigen within 1 day of embarkation and 3 days if you want to do a PCR test. And so let me tell you what it says right here. It says, based on current Canadian requirements for cruising, all guests ages 5 and above will require a medically observed negative COVID-19 test taken before boarding. And then once again, it's 1 day for an antigen and 3 days for a PCR. So my understanding is, and I did call Princess and ask, like if you're going on a voyage from San Francisco, you're going to ports in Alaska, and you're going to stop in Canada, like Victoria per se is a port call, that counts as arriving in Canada. And so you are going to need to make sure that you plan to do that antigen test within 1 day of boarding and 3 days for a PCR. Because for other sailings from the United States, you can get away with the other testing windows that are in my other videos. And so just be aware that that's what's required to stop in Canada, okay? And if anything changes, I will let you know right away. I wanted to make sure you know that. And then also to go along with that, I've gotten lots of questions. And so today is April 2nd, 2022. And on the CDC website, it says that if you are coming to the United States on an airplane, you need to have a COVID test within 1 day of coming to the United States. But if you are crossing at a land border or arriving at a sea border, you do not need to have a COVID test. So if you, for example, are going to get off the ship in Vancouver and take the Princess shuttle over to Seattle and go home from there, you don't need a COVID test to do that. Now, of course, things can change at any time, but that is the rule right now. You don't need a COVID test to do that. So you don't have to worry about that, okay? The other item that I wanted to make sure that I made really clear is when I tell you all about boosters, I'm not giving you medical advice. I'm telling you what is available, and I told you that Gordon and I are going to get our second booster to be able to, well, we could go anyway, but we want to get it since we're going to go on our cruise at the end of May. But I just wanted to make sure everybody knows that I'm not giving you medical advice, and I'm not giving you suggestions. You really should talk to your own doctor. Someone said that in a comment, and I thought that went without saying. And so make sure that you don't think that I'm telling you what to do, okay? Make sure everybody knows that. Now, I also wanted to tell you all a little bit about what's going on with Holland America and the Holland America Volendam. We have our Let's Go family member, Carrie, and he is just wonderful. So yesterday he made a comment and said that he had just received word yesterday that his sailing on the Holland America Volendam, which was set to be a 28-day sailing, had been canceled due to the fact that Holland America is going to use that ship to house Ukrainian refugees. And so I found that story. Let me tell you how they're doing this and what they're doing, and then I'll let you know what Carrie has decided to do with that that cruise time instead, and how Holland America is working it. So first of all, Holland America it says they are going to be using that ship to accommodate Ukrainian refugees as part of an agreement announced by the Netherlands and the city of Rotterdam. So the ship is going to dock in Rotterdam for 3 months and provide a temporary home for 1,500 Ukrainian refugees as part of their larger commitment from the Netherlands to accommodate 50,000 refugees who have had to flee their homes in Ukraine. And so I love what the president of Holland America said. He said, we are in a unique situation to accommodate the immediate need for food and housing, so we felt it very important to work with the city of Rotterdam and charter this ship. Our company was founded in Rotterdam around the mission of helping immigrants find a better life. I love that. So today we're proud to be a small part of a similar mission for Ukrainians who have been tragically displaced. And so while the ship is there For all of those people, they're going to provide 3 hot meals a day. They're going to have private stateroom accommodations, clearly, housekeeping services, use of public spaces, fitness facilities, internet access, and other necessities. And they are going to have 650 crew members on board to help take care of everyone. And so the Volendam was supposed to start sailing again on May 15th, and due to this deployment there to help the refugees, she will be there and start sailing again on July 3rd. And so I also wanted to let you know that Holland America has a charity, and they are going to start using that to give money to the for help to the Ukrainian refugees. And so it says Holland America will look to raise awareness and funds through its On Deck for a Cause program, in which guests on every cruise may take part in a non-competitive 5K fundraising walk, and the money will go directly to helping the Ukrainian refugees. So I am really pleased that they are doing all of this. I just find it amazing. It makes me really happy. As I've mentioned before, the people there in Ukraine are constantly on my mind and in my prayers, because I just pray for them to have the strength and the courage and all of the divine help they need to be able to keep their homeland and to be safe. Now, Carrie said that Holland America is allowing anybody on that cruise, since, like I said, it was supposed to be a 28-day cruise, they can go ahead and pick any 2 cruises in Europe with the same number of days or less, with no change in the fare, and you still get to keep all of the perks you were going to get on the cruise that they had to cancel. Plus, you get $200 in onboard credit. And so they clearly are doing everything they can to make it so that people can still find some cruises to go on and have a lovely time. He said that there was not really one that matched the ports that he was going to visit on his cruise, because that was a segment of a world cruise. But he has found some itineraries that will have some really cool ports, and he'll have a wonderful time. And then he ended it with kudos to Holland America for stepping up to help. And so what a happy story, huh? And all of the sadness that we always see on the news, I am really happy to see something that's really cheerful. So if any of you have anything that you would like to comment on, let us know what you're thinking about Holland America for doing this. Let me know what you're thinking. So many of you have been really kind to comment and say that you've gotten your booster, getting ready to sail again. And it just makes me happy, all of the excitement that's out there, in spite of all the really hard and sad things going on. I often say that I know that there are way more important things in life than going on a cruise, because there is. It's just a lovely distraction though, and just something happy to think about. And so if you appreciate these updates, would you please give this video a thumbs up? And I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.